It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
The morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Callies.
You got it.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Can't complain.
Can't complain?
Nope.
If you did, would anybody listen?
Probably not. Probably not.
Anybody within hearing distance would have to listen.
I am starting Facebook. If for some reason it did not want to start on its own. I don't know why it does that.
Doesn't like you.
It doesn't. Some days it starts up just fine right when the clock sets. Another thing, it waits 2 minutes and then starts it.
And then at 10 o'clock in the morning, you'll get a notice that says, be prepared.
Yes.
Facebook Live will be going live.
Soon.
And we've already been live and almost had lunch.
We're good.
But we're good.
We're good. I've learned to watch that.
It's Wednesday, June the 1st, 2022. Can you believe it's already June 1?
I know. It is flying.
It's crazy.
Just flying through the season.
Absolutely crazy.
I mean, we're halfway through the year.
Is that halfway through the beginning on June 1, or is it halfway through the year
it'd be
at
June 30? Yeah, at the end of this month, we'll be halfway through the year, roughly.
Nonetheless, it's still going way quicker than it needs to.
Yeah. I have to agree.
It's only because you're getting older.
Well, they say once you get over that hill, you know.
Which hill is that?
That hill. Once you get over that hill, you tend to speed up a little bit.
But where is that hill?
I don't know. Everybody talks about the hill.
Over the hill?
Over the hill.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer this morning. Brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. 29 locations that serve you. One in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect as how they do business, Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff all across the state of Arkansas do a great job in your time of need. And now the morning prayer. Father God, just thank you for the day. Thank you for the great weather that we've had here, Lord. We know that we've got some rain that's forecasted in the near future. We just pray that it isn't an over and abundance of that we just get what we need and not anymore. Our lakes could use a little bit of relief, and we know that you can send it our way. Lord, we just pray for the families in Texas that are still dealing with the loss of all those children and the school teachers there. And Lord, we just pray that you will comfort them as the burials have begun, as the funerals happen and they start to put those children to rest for the final time. And Lord, we just pray that the politics will stay out of it and it will just be determined on what happened and how we can fix that. Lord, never met a gun that could pull its own trigger, so it's not a gun problem, it's a people problem. And where the people problem comes is they have a lack of knowledge of your great being. And it's in Christ's name which we pray for these things. Amen. What do you think about that?
There you go.
Just another day. It's another wonderful day. Let's hear a word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredoarkansas.net.
Thank you for joining us on the morning show on XL7-TV. We're going to take a look at the weather, but first we're going to take a look at the White River.
See what the weather looks outside right now.
Right now it looks pretty nice. Mm-hmm. Clouds are moving, though.
A little bit of haze over the river.
Yeah, not
just
too bad.
A little bit.
I think that's due to temperature difference, don't you?
Could be. Humidity.
What you're looking at is the beautiful downtown Cotter, Arkansas area from Marion County, Arkansas, sitting up on top of a bluff. It's just a great shot. It's just no other way to say it. It's a tough life, but we're glad that some friends of ours get to enjoy that every morning.
It's got to be tough for them, to have to look at that every morning.
What do you think the toughest part of that is? Making the coffee or opening the door to get onto the deck?
Making the coffee.
Bob and
Linda would say cleaning the camera every morning.
Cleaning the camera every morning. This shot is brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team at Century 21 Lee Mack Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetireToArkansas.net is their website. What you're looking at to the left is the Rainbow Bridge. In the middle is the baseball field in downtown Cotter. The City Hall and all that is kind of in the dead center of that. Over to the right is Contractor's Truss. Go to that good shot that we like so much. Well, that's a great shot this morning. Isn't it?
You see the bridge really well.
You can see the old railroad bridge and the railroad, the Rainbow car bridge. Is really the trees are full and the grass is the right color, and there you go. That's the one I like. Kind of gives you a close-up. You can tell that the water is moving. Just a great shot. This is God's Country, folks. If you'd like to get a look at this for yourself, go to retiredtoarkansas.net. There's a camera that will fluctuate every 10 to 15 seconds from different shots, different views. retiredtoarkansas.net. You can check out all the MLS listings, the listings from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, and their phone number is 870-405-0793. Give them a call. Let's take a look at the weather. Let me get over here to the temperatures. In Mountain Home this morning, it's 71 degrees. Harrison 73. Batesville is 74. Yellville is 73. Marshall 68. Salem 70. Mountain View 68. Calico Rock 71. West Plains, Missouri 70. Springfield, Missouri 67. And Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 69. And way up in St. Louis at 69 degrees.
That's a pretty big swing for a short area. You look at Marshall 68 versus Batesville 74. I mean, that's a pretty good swing.
Yeah.
Short distance.
It's a short swing, but it's a big swing. You're just sitting over shaking your head, Scooter. Nobody can hear,
short distance.
Nobody can hear those marbles
swing.
rattling, except me. So keep shaking your head. Take a look at the radar. We have some rain that's up in Missouri, stretching from Oklahoma City all the way up into Chicago, and that's a good place for it, in my opinion. And we're going to zoom in a little bit to see what later on in the day. I believe around noon, 1 o'clock, it's going to possibly start raining here a little bit, they say. I don't look for it to be too bad for too long. We're going to zoom in really tight into the state of Arkansas. I'll let that cycle through one more time, get around lunchtime, see how heavy that rain looks. It is moving from the southwest moving from Oklahoma City up to Chicago, so it's all due west of us. 11 is still clear, 12 is a little bit, 1 o'clock is just scattered showers. So I don't think that we're going to get nailed too bad today. That looks pretty hostile. Southern Plains overnight severe storms. Tornado warnings in Hollis, Oklahoma were observed. Oof. That's a wild looking cloud right
That
there.
is. That'd make me nervous.
We don't need any of those.
No. They get a lot of them in Oklahoma, though.
But you don't have the weather dog anymore, so you can probably sleep through some of these storms.
There you go.
No warnings in the state of Arkansas. We've got some in Oklahoma. Let's see if we can try to tell what some of those are.
Well, you got a flash flood warning, the bright red up in Missouri.
Is that this right here?
The red, yeah. I forgot you're colorblind.
We have several flood warnings in Kansas. Some high surf warning. No, that's not it.
No,
and a flood watch
there's going to be
Oklahoma.
flood watches.
Yeah, flood watch in Oklahoma. So look at the 7-day forecast. That's enough. 70% chance of thunderstorms today, high of 83. Thunderstorms likely tonight, 70% chance, low of 63. Chance of thunderstorms, then partly sunny tomorrow, which is Thursday, high of 75. Mostly clear Thursday night, low of 54. Friday, nice and sunshiny, high of 77. Mostly clear on Friday night, low of 55. Mostly sunny, high of 77 on Saturday. Saturday night, 40% chance of rain, with low of 59. 81 on Sunday with a 30% chance of rain.
We're going to have a good weekend.
Looks like a pretty good weekend. Sunday night, thunderstorms around 1 a.m. and then Monday, 20% chance of rain, high of 83, low of 68, and then 20% chance of rain on Tuesday, high of 83. The pollen count is...
Oh, you're going to love this. Trees back to high.
Trees back to high today.
And it was none yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I don't know if I'm buying it.
We may have to find a new source here. Of course, this is brought to you by Claritin, so they're going to predict something every day.
Oh, yeah.
Tree pollen high today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Grass pollen high today, moderate tomorrow, and high on Friday. Ragweed, nah, not yet. Give it time. It'll be here with the chenopons and the millipedes. Lake levels, Lake Norfolk 572.82, which is 20.82 above full pool of 552. Bull Shoals. Bull Shoals is 688.87, which is 29.87 over full pool of 659. They have not updated the dam reports at this moment. That's still reading on Sunday. If you'd like to check that out before you go fishing today, give them a call at 870-431-5311. And that, believe it or not, is the weather and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Realty, 870-405-0793. Give them a call. Check them out, retiredarkansas.net. We'll be back in just a minute.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Let's take a look at some happenings around the area. Rainfall has topped 10 inches.
Woo! Whoop, whoop.
Yep. Yeah, no kidding.
Whoop, whoop.
30 inches of rain we've had so far this year. We had over 10 inches for the month of May. Hopefully June won't be near as wet. We'd like to see the water come down a little bit to get a little lake action going on. There's a 50 Mountain Home graduates of more than 50 years reunion is set for this Saturday. The annual reunion for Mountain Home High School graduates of more than 50 years is set for Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Baxter County Fairgrounds. Classes will set up tables at 9 a.m. It's a $5 registration fee to cover the expense of the fairgrounds. Lunch will be available for purchase. Coffee, water, and sodas will be provided. Baxter County Historical and Genealogical Society will have a table there with information. Former students who have not been contacted should contact Imogene Bird Martin at 870-481-5982 or 405-3671 for more information. How long have you been out of school?
Did they contact you, Bob?
Yeah, right.
I haven't been out that long.
You haven't been out that long?
50 years? Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
No.
Man, you look that old.
Yeah, I figured they'd already contacted you. You're just trying to give
I'm not
somebody
quite there
trouble.
yet either. I'm a 78 model, so I'm still a distance away.
Yeah, you got me beat. 93.
93.
93.
Man,
93 model.
I'd already been married for 13 years.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I thought they would have contacted you.
Probably had, 93, I had at least 3 kids. Heck, all 4 of them may have been born by then. Boy, it's been a long time. Mountain Home Baxter County Juror Service has concluded for this session. No one will be reporting for jury duty for a while, according to Kendra Reese, the Baxter County Circuit Clerk. And they'll be contacting you. Trust me, they like to do that. Seems to be the temporary closure of Bull Shoals, the Highway 178 going across Bull Shoals Dam. It has been scheduled, and it looks like the road will be closed beginning today at 7 a.m. Through Thursday evening at 5. The closure is coordinated with local emergency and law enforcement agencies. That has got to be tough to deal with. If you live over there working Mountain Home, you've got to drive all the way around through Florida.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't imagine that.
Be some tough duty there. We'd like to say congratulations to the Gainesville Bulldogs. They finished out the state tournament in 4th place.
Good job.
School size of Gainesville, we think that's awesome. 4th place is better than poking the eye with a sharp stick, that's for sure.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Gainesville Bulldogs. American Legion Baseball, the 2 junior teams will start at face-off today. I believe that is at 5 o'clock. Locker Room opened up their season with a pair of wins against Batesville yesterday. They won the first game 10-4. Reed Ellison picked up the win from the pitcher's mound, and at the plate, Logan Walker, Mason Walker, Carter Grays each had 3 hits. In the nightcap, Mountain Home, the Legion team beat Batesville 10-0. Logan Ballard was the pitcher. They returned to action on Friday night at Ketzer Tournament in Fort Smith against Bryant. So that's what's going on in American Legion Baseball. You want to check it out? Go to their Facebook page, American Legion Baseball. Mountain Home American Legion Baseball. Check them out. It's a lot of fun to watch. And that's the updates for this day. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment. We've got Mayor Hillrey Adams for the City of Mountain Home joining us this morning. We'll be back. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guest is Mayor Hillrey Adams, City of Mountain Home. How are you, sir?
Very good this morning. Yourself, Bob?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Got a lot of great things going on in the city, and I don't know where you want to start.
Well, let's just start that we don't need no more rain.
There you go.
That is our worst enemy at this time right here, Bob. It's just something we can't control, though.
Yeah.
We deal with it the best we can, but with all the projects we got going on around town, that's definitely something that we could use a few days of a week or two of some pretty weather. We're getting real close on some of them. I was telling you a while ago up at Hickory Park, we're real close to having that new playground open.
I saw the equipment was set up.
The
Nice.
equipment's set, it's installed. Unfortunately, we got to keep everybody off of it until the surface is down, the rubber surface. And we get that down, then we can open that up. Hopefully they'll get that rubber installed for us this week. We need a few days of cure time on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if the weather will cooperate, we could be ready to open that playground portion of that project up maybe next week sometime. We'll keep everybody posted and let everybody know. We're going to plan a really nice event for the kids up there when we do get ready to open it up.
This is what you called last year the all-inclusive.
All-inclusive. That and it's a really, really neat apparatus we've got up there. And it's got wheelchair swings on it, but it's got places where a child can get on similar to a merry-go-round also in a wheelchair. And so it's got a lot of different pieces to it. But we definitely don't want anybody getting out there and using it until we get that surface down, because that concrete under that's pretty solid, I can promise you. And, you know, we don't want anybody getting hurt on it until we're ready. The new restroom up there is getting close. I really think within 2 weeks we'll have that new restroom completely finished. You know, everything was on target to be done until Mother Nature started acting like she did.
Mm-hmm.
Kept it wet on us all
She's a
the
little
time
cranky.
up there. So got a little bad with us, but everything's looking good. We're nearing the finish line. We can see it. We just can't reach it right now.
How's the community support been for that park itself?
Oh, for that park itself, Bob, you know, in 2019, it was not much going on up there. And, you know, when we came up with the idea to move the music up there, and we got Rotary Club back involved in the music on Saturday nights, we got Farmers and Merchants Bank involved in helping build that stage and pay for that.
Of course, Baxter has a big part to do with
Baxter
that.
Healthcare's got a huge role in that music piece of it. And you know, what you're seeing up there now, there's not hardly a day goes by. Over in the little Tykes playground area for the toddlers, last year the parks maintenance folks wanted to do a bunch of upgrades to that. And so they replaced some equipment, they painted some equipment, cleaned it up.
That's the old part of Hickory.
The old part of Hickory.
Mm-hmm.
And they repositioned some of that equipment and cleaned that area up. And there's not hardly a day goes by up there that you can't drive through and see a lot of people using Hickory now. And on the nights we have that music, that poor merry-go-round, if we don't grease that thing up the day before for it, you know, we're in trouble because it gets so much use during that event that night. But a lot of youngsters up there, when we do have the music and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of activities up there. You know, we use the stage on Saturday nights for music, Bob, but we've had other things up there. I know the American Legion's had an award ceremony up there for their kids. I think it was one of the dance teams or something from the school had an event up there. So there's been several folks use that place. And, you know, we welcome anybody that wants to come up there and use it. If you want to use the stage, you know, contact Kelly over to Youth Center and book it for something. But the sponsor list for the concerts has grown a lot. Ricky Crawford's done a good job of getting other people to support that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what allows us to keep those concerts free. And there's no charge to get in and see them, and they're putting on some good shows up there. So anything about that park has really picked up. We got a lot of, not just our construction going on up there, but when you're on Hickory Street or Lillian or 2nd or 3rd, we got those pretty much a mess right now too, replacing water and sewer line.
Sure.
That's some of the oldest areas in the city, so we've been trying to get that replaced. And as soon as we can get one last little piece we like there of that done, next year all that area is on the list for the state aid project to get resurfaced up there. So we'll be resurfacing Dyer Street in its entirety next year, along with Hickory, and then all the cross streets in between them where we've been working at. What you're going to see happen here in a couple of weeks when the water and sewer crew gets done on that upper end of Hickory, they're going to move down to the Baxter Bulletin loading dock, which is where all this started. Now they're going to go south, and they're going all the way down to the city hall, around the city hall, back to the jail. So that is going to be the next piece of that project right there. So we're looking at Hickory Street having work going on for quite a while. Yeah.
But that's not the only street projects you've got going on in the city.
No, we've got a lot going on up there behind Carl Wayne's nursery. You know, I think
Cooper,
it's Dimitri, Cone, Cooper up in that area. You know, that's the other big project we got going on, all that rebuild and underground drainage of that area right there.
Curbs and gutters.
Curb, gutter, that whole piece of that puzzle up there. When we finish up what we've got going there now, we're going to be pretty close to having that piece of the puzzle up there on that side of town in pretty good shape for a while. We've got a project in the books. It looks like we may start this year up on Russell Lane by the lab and go around that corner by the lab right there.
How far do city limits run up there?
Well, that's one of those places where we go so far and then we stop and we start again. We turn right there on Driftwood, the city limits do, and go back left and go back into Northern Hills. And it skips a block or two, but on the right side, you got streets like Hickory, Hollow, Timber Lane, and those that are in the city, and then back on the left again, Breckenridge is. So we're going to do a project up there and hopefully get that one started sometime later this year. I'm not sure exactly when.
I was over by Cooper in that general area by Inverness yesterday, and I noticed there seemed to be a fairly new piece of street equipment. Did we get some new street equipment?
We did. We got our own milling machine, and we had that out at Keller Park the other day, where we've done all that work there. We built a new parking lot at Keller, so we wanted to tie the two together. And the company that we bought it from actually took it out there and had a group of our guys out there and, you know, did a couple of days worth of operator training and showing them everything about the machine. But now when we get ready to do a mill of a machine, which is take the old asphalt off, grind it up, and get it back down to its original base and put a new coat on, we can do that work ourselves now. We're not dependent upon a contractor to come do that. And we're hoping next year to be able to buy our own lay-down machine. And, you know, right now, you know, the contractors that we've got that do that work around here, they're like everybody else. They got all the work they can even think about doing. They have problems finding help just like we do. So a lot of times we'll have a road ready and we'll be ready for the asphalt to go on it, but the contractors can't get to it.
And by the time
they got
they
a
get
long
to it,
list of stuff to work on. So by next year, we're going to buy that lay-down machine. It's already planned and budgeted for next year. And then when we get ready to lay asphalt, guess what? All we do is call one of the local asphalt providers. And you tell them what we need, and we start laying that down, and we don't have to keep that. When you got a road that's been rebuilt, like those up there at Cooper and Cone, you've gutted that road, rebuilt it, and it's all the way down to the base, the drainage, everything. You need to get that road resurfaced. The longer it's open, the more damage can be done to it. And especially if it's got any slope to it, it's very steep at all. You get one of these rains we've been having this spring, it's just wash that gravel right out of it. So.
Yeah, contrary to what people think, well, driving on it's good for it. No, it's not. You're going to end up having to recondition it.
We do. Right before we asphalt it, we have to do a little top dress and clean it up again and get it ready. But
makes it a little tough.
You know, that's good stuff that we were fortunate enough to be able to get that equipment, and you know we've got the funding for it. And we can do that and do that work ourselves. That helps us control our own destiny a little bit better with the project.
It's 30 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick break. We're visiting with Mayor Hillrey Adams, City of Mountain Home. Be back in just a moment.
I can't
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guest is Hillrey Adams, as mayor of Mountain Home. You know, we were talking off the air a little bit about Keller Park. Softball season is in full swing. Baseball season over at the Willette Park is in full swing. Mm-hmm. I've heard good things about what's going on at them parks. Have you got much feedback?
We have, Bob. You know, I try to get out there 1 or 2 nights a week. You know, don't know a lot of kids playing anymore, but I like to get out there and watch them play and, you know, just visit the folks out there and watch people enjoy it. And so many people have come up and said something this year about a couple of things. One, you go to Calista, you know, we hadn't started that one yet, but the maintenance guys in the parks maintenance department, guys and gals, they've done an outstanding job of getting those fields prepped and ready all year, mm-hmm. and the condition of them and what they look like, how clean the park is, and the folks over at the youth center that are involved in running those programs, Enoch and Andrew and those guys, how well they've run those programs for us. You know, it's fun to go out there for me and just see folks sitting out there, and, you know, anybody from mom and dad to grandparents and uncles and aunts, and watching those little ones out there and play ball, and everybody seems to be enjoying that. And you go up there at Keller Park, and now that we've got the turf down, we're not 100% complete in between the fields yet, but mm-hmm. the fields are ready. We've had 2 days I know of where it rained, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when we played softball that night. We never would have been able to have done that in the past. And so, you know, people are really complimentary of that and all the improvements that have been made at Keller. And I had a lady come up to me one night out there, and she said she'd lived here in this town her whole life. And she said, never would I have dreamed if my grandkids would be playing on a place like this and have that opportunity to play. And, you know, it had rained that afternoon, and they were playing ball. So, you know, that's great that we can do that. There's a huge tournament coming in June. I'm not sure exactly what it is. One of those big softball organizations has something scheduled. I believe it's about the middle of June. I'd have to check with somebody at the Parks Department to find out. But I think they got about 2 or 3 days of, you know, quite a few teams out there they're going to be playing, which is people from out of town. They're going to be here for a few days and utilizing that new facility. And that's what we know will continue to happen.
People need to understand that. People need to understand that the main focus is for our community to have a nice facility to play their games on.
Yeah.
A weather-friendly facility, which back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, we didn't have that. We had something, if it rained, we're done. We can't go on.
Yeah.
Too muddy, we're going to twist an ankle. And the focus is our hometown folks, no doubt. But what keeps that thing going and flowing is these tournaments that you're talking about.
No doubt.
When you've got 15, 20 teams coming in for a tournament of all ages and they can play on all fields, and it's a 3 or 4 day deal, that it has a huge impact on our community. And the dollars that turn during those, not only the dollars that come to the tournament producer or the supporter, but the hotels and the restaurants and the tax dollars that are paid at that point, that's what keeps everything maintained and improved for next year.
Now, you can go to any restaurant in town when you see one of those big tournaments on, you'll see a few parents in there and those little ones in them softball or baseball uniforms eating, and those people aren't from here. They're from somewhere else a lot of time. You know, the last fall, we had our first ever mountain bike race out there. An organization called NICA, and a boy that works out in Denton, boys named Brandon Cooper, brought a NICA mountain bike event out there. They had 500 plus bikers, over 1,500 people in Callista Willette Park.
Is that right?
For 2 days out there. And you can see that new trail that's been built out there. Part of it's outside Callista in that flat area there. It's a pump trail. It was built up out of clay dirt. And then there's a lot of trail up in the woods. And that group was so impressed with Mountain Home, that organization. They're coming back again. I think it's in October sometime of this year. And what NICA is some sort of interscholastic club through the schools around the state. And there were mountain bike teams. There's one right here in Mountain Home. Yeah. I believe they're called the Sharks or something like that. It's not a AAA school activity, but they're school-based clubs, sports at this time, and which is a lot like the way wrestling and some of those different sports started out. And there were teams from all over the state of Arkansas out there last year. They come in, they set up that park, they clean up the park within 15 minutes of the last guy crossing the finish line. That park was as clean as any place I've ever seen. It's amazing. You know, those folks are very friendly to the environment, and they want to protect the environment. But the fact that we had 500 people on a bicycle going around that trail between Callista and Keller, over 1,500 people hanging out in that park, parents, grandparents, etc., for 2 days, that's huge for this area. And what they saw while they were here and the way they were treated while they were here, I guess impressed them enough. They've committed to come back again this year. Now, we may not get one every single year.
Sure.
Because they do move them around. But that's a sport that we can grow, and that's one of the reasons, you know, if you are aware or not, but recently this past school year we started a kindergarten balance bike program with Mountain Home Public Schools. And it was through that event last year we learned of an opportunity through an organization called Strider Bikes to grow that sport. The folks from that NICA organization told me you have to start with the little ones. if you get the little kids on the bike, guess what? Mom and Dad may go buy a bike.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes a family event, and it grows that way. Well, we got with that organization. It's called allkidsbike.org and through Strider, and we're able to secure, with the help of a local donor who put up some money for the match that grant. I think we got 25 bikes and put them in the kindergarten this year. And they started that down there, and they actually have it as part of the PE curriculum at school. And these bikes don't have pedals on them. They're balance bikes to teach the little ones how to just, stand up, and they can grow into pedals.
Sure.
But initially, they start out just as a balance piece to teach those kids, how to maintain their balance, but it also gets them on that bike and gets them moving. And so, had it not been for that event last year, we might not have got that program started in Mountain Home Kindergarten this year.
There's a lot of things goes on in our parks program that we don't know about. I had no idea about the bike thing. Did you?
Yeah, I heard them. We talked about it before, and it's amazing the amount of people that's out there. Amazing. The support, even the first year out, the support was unreal.
I had no idea it was going to be like it was, but I've made a commitment this year to that organization. Hey, y'all made a believer out of me. I didn't know what to expect last year. You kind of caught us off guard, but we're going to help them. They had a lot of things that could have went better for them last year. They couldn't even find food trucks, vendors, and things like that to feed those folks out there. So we're going to be helping them with some of that this year, trying to find them some support in the community for things they need, while they're here. But they're coming anyway, and that's good for us.
Yeah. So you've got the big softball tournament coming up in June. We've got the American Legion Classic.
The Classic will be here.
The Classic is
I think it's about the middle of June, 16th, 17th,
16th,
18th. Usually it's that
19th,
Father's Day weekend right in there.
Yeah, that'll be happening.
That'll be happening. I can't remember. Coach White told me the other day he's actually got a couple more teams than he's had in the last couple of years.
They posted the brackets last night. I meant to print them off so we could visit about them, but it's pretty full.
It is.
16 teams, I think.
While you're mentioning that, I was up Saturday. They had the annual pie sale at Cooper Park to raise money for the Legion team, and they've got 3 teams this year.
Yes.
That is really good. And, you've got the older boys, the locker room team, and we got the McLeod team, which has been around for a couple of years, and now they've added another team this year, Alley White.
The Alley White is.
And to have that many young boys participate in that program, and they're not all from Mountain Home.
No.
You got boys from Cotter, Flippin, Viola, Calico Rock, Gainesville. I mean, they come down here to play, and that's good to have that many kids out there. Cooper Park's going to be a very busy place this summer through the Legion season.
The city maintains Cooper Park,
yes.
Legion Field.
Yeah.
That's just part of the park system. It's not owned by the Legion.
It's part of our park system. We do the upkeep on it and everything. And, we made some upgrades up there recently. If you've ever hung out and watched very many games up there, you had to watch them through almost like a prison fence, Well, we've got that fence down there and got that new backstop wall up with netting on it. You can actually see the games down. We're going to keep that one as a grass field. Natural grass. We really need one of those here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's used often by the high school occasionally, especially if they host a state tournament. They need a second field. And we're going to keep that one as grass and just have us a good old-fashioned grass field in town, and that'll be it up there.
Well, it's in a great location, center of town. It's in great shape. The field, the Parks Department does a great job keeping that up.
You're up there at Cooper Park right now. Keep in mind, this past Monday, the city pool opened. It'll be open through Labor Day. And
the youth center's going full swing.
The youth center is wide open right now with school out. Be careful if you're up there. It's full of youngsters right now.
Enoch's coming on tomorrow. He's going to be talking about some of what's going on up there.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Good for him right there. But, that pool's busy. I couldn't even begin to tell you the schedule for it. You got things like the ladies aerobics in the morning, and you got swim team, and you got open swim. You got people renting it for parties and stuff. And last week, while we're talking about that pool, the design of the new facility is really moving forward.
We'll talk about that here in just a minute.
Yeah, it's getting on out there.
45 after the hour. We're going to take a quick break. We're visiting with Hillrey Adams, the mayor of City Mountain Home. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. Be back in just a moment.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call, 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
It's a matter.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're talking to Hillrey Adams, the mayor of the City of Mountain Home. We've been doing a lot of talking about parks and the recreation department and the progress of the new plans of what's going on. You've got the new center that's going to be built. You said that those plans are coming along nicely. How's that happening?
They are. They're looking real good. We had a meeting last week with our design team. And it was a Zoom meeting. It was kind of neat the way they did it. Part of them were here in Mountain Home at City Hall. And the rest of their team was in Little Rock and set it up where we could see it. And they showed us a 3D model of the new facility. And we had some of our team in there from the city, plus we had the contractor that's going to handle this construction piece and his folks. And we actually brought in someone from the hospital because it's got a therapy pool. We wanted them to see that. We brought in rep from the Mountain Home swim team who's going to be a user of it, So we had a 4 or 5 selected groups like that are going to be involved in some of the activities in it. And we got to see a 3D model of it. We've actually seen the floor plan 2 or 3 times. And each time that we've seen it, and I think it's been 3 of them now over the last month, there's been some minor changes made to it as we've worked through this design process. And hopefully within the next week or 2, we're going to be able to get enough of that information to the contractor that he can start putting cost estimates together for us. We're hoping to have design of that facility done here within a few months. We're that close. But that's a process that you don't just go sit down at a desk with a piece of paper and draw something like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle to make it work. And if we can get the design where we want it, the next piece of it will be an actual site plan to figure out how it's going to actually set on that piece of property. They've got most of that figured out. They've got the survey work done, the topos done of the entire property out there. So we're hoping that maybe by sometime in July possibly, that we can be far enough along that we can start roughing a road in. And we're going to have to build a road in to the site, and then that gives us access to it for year-round work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll start on the piece that the dirt work for it, which is get all the parking areas to grade and done, and the building pad and all that. And what we're hoping to be able to do is get the site ready and get enough, base in there on that we could have access to the building location year-round. We don't want it to slow down because we can't get trucks up that hill, with equipment that needs to be up there. So if everything goes good, I'm hoping that sometime in July you might see some dirt being moved.
How long have we been collecting the sales tax for that?
It started, we got our first check in July of, it went into effect. It went into effect July 1, so July, August, we got our first check in September last year.
So is some of that money that's been collected, is it being earmarked and is it in?
Well, the way that works, Bob, all that money that gets collected so far goes to the bond trustee. The trustee holds that money, and there's a couple of accounts for that trustee. The half-cent, which is for the debt service, the construction of it, the quarter-cent, which is for operations and maintenance. And then as we do work in these projects, like at Keller for the turf, Hickory for the playground and restroom, when we get requests to pay from the contractors, we requisition money from the trustee to go to XYZ contractor to pay for that piece. So the trustee will hold all this money, and as we get pay requests, then we submit requests to them to get money out of that right there.
How about the Sharp Family Fire Station? How's it coming?
If you look out there right now, we finally got started on the last phase of what we call the Sharp Sewer Project. Phase 3 of it. There might be another one in the future, but that's downstream. We're starting right there at County Road 28 on that property where we crossed the highway last year. Now we're coming back west into town. We'll go all the way to O'Reilly, and that'll be run that sewer in front of the new fire station. And all we're continuing to do right now is put fill in there, get that lot raised up. Hopefully sometime this year. There's an area in the front we have held off putting any fill because we knew this sewer was coming. And now that we've got that grant from the Delta Regional Authority, we have started that project finally. They're out there digging, and that's going to be, when they get up there towards O'Reilly's, they're going to be right up beside the highway with that piece of it. When they get that done, then we can, where you see the fire station going, there's an area from the highway back probably 75 feet to 100 feet where we haven't been putting anything, so we'd have less to dig through. So when we get that sewer laid, we can finish the field work on that. And we're still hoping to be able next year sometime in 23 to begin the construction process for that new fire station out there.
Is there any talk of any possible annexations for the city of Mountain Home?
There is, Bob. We've got Garver Engineering looking at some stuff for us. They've done work for the water and sewer department for 40 plus years around here. with the American Rescue Plan money we got last year, and with what we will get this year, we're looking to invest that money in wastewater and water improvements. We can do more for the city to take that money and put it into infrastructure, which is what it was intended for. You know, for a lot of, that was one of the main reasons. And if we can put that money into that sewer improvement, now we can identify some areas in town that would be good places to improve our service, and it would allow us to grow the city, and it opens up more property for development. Right now, in the city of Mountain Home, there's very, very little property left for us to gravity flow sewer to. You can't hardly put anything in now without having to have some sort of station to get it moved
lift
down
station,
the line.
pump station.
So we found some stuff, and there's a lot of thought, at least, that when we build a new community center, where it's going to be built on that side of town, there hasn't been one of those built yet that things didn't happen around it as a result of that. You know, it's kind of like building a Walmart. You build it and they'll come.
Right. The McDonald's story.
You could set a Walmart in the middle of a 40-acre field at Jeep, Arkansas, and something's going to build around it.
Yeah, a Dollar General.
Yeah, you know, get another one of them every 7 miles. But right now, there's a lot of good property, and you've got on the west side of town on 62 West. Right now at Hilltop Lane, there's a church there. I can't remember the exact name of that. That's where sewer stops right now. On the north side of the highway, you've got sewer in Big Creek and all that area, but some of the highway frontage doesn't. We're looking right now with Garver and already have some preliminary estimates to sewer the highway frontage. Annex that in.
Will that bring in Town Park then?
Town Park is we're looking at that. Right now it's not in the city. It doesn't have sewer, but we're gathering the information, Garver is, on what that would look like. Our main reason we want to get that highway frontage, especially the south side of it, the Game and Fish Commission has bought a piece of property that surrounds the Dollar General, which is next to the church.
Okay.
Right across Hilltop Lane from where we're at.
Right.
The Game and Fish is planning to build a new facility out there. They've already started clearing it. And they're going to start off with a place. If you go downtown, they got a square block of boats and trailers and equipment down there. They're going to build a yard out there and a place to keep all their equipment. They're also looking in the future to build a new headquarters out there. But that's downstream for them a few years. But the big piece of that is ASU Technical Center, Bob. It's located there on 62 West. Dr. Myers and the team of people he's got at ASU have done a great job of growing the trades that are taught there. And you know, they recently got a very, very large grant to add a boat building class out there. But guess what? They struggle to be able to expand the facility. The reason they can't expand the facility, it's on a septic system. They really need sewer to that. And if we could get that, all that highway frontage on 62 in the city, with this rescue plan money, now you can annex that in, and you're going to see a lot of development then on that west side of town. And it's going to let that ASU Technical Center, which is here for job force, workforce training. You know, we hear all the time we need more people with the skilled labor. You know, we got to have the air conditioning techs, we got to have the body repairmen, we got to have the welders, we got to have the, and they can teach all that out there, but they're having problems growing it right now because of the facility. So if we can get that sewer out there and annex that west side, that's going to be a big plus for the city right there.
Real quick, concert series has started?
The concert series started this Saturday night. It'll be back June 18th will be the second show. Keep up with it all summer at City of Mountain Home Hickory Park on Facebook.
We got to wrap
Something else that started is a farmer's market downtown. Don't
we got to
forget
wrap
it.
up.
All right.
Ran out of time.
All right. Good job.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.